How much money do you need to start dropshipping? As the saying goes, you must spend money to make money. Well, in the case of dropshipping, how much money is that? This must be one of the most asked questions we get here at Myyshop. We all know money is hard to make and nobody wants to spend it on nothing when there's so many things to spend it on. Probably because of so many gurus overselling the dropshipping experience, people have this misconception that dropshipping is all about becoming rich with little to no cash. And make no mistake, dropshipping is by far the smallest investment you can make in the retail segment. It is estimated that opening a physical retail store in the US will cost you at least $40,000. In the dropshipping world, 10% of that budget would be considered a lot. And somehow it seems people will often accept more easily spending that amount of money on the physical retail business than $400 on your dropshipping store. That's because opening a traditional retail store is part of the norm and success seems more believable because of it. Yet the statistics show that failure is extremely common. Just last year, 12,000 retail stores closed their doors in the US and we're sure none of them had bankruptcy in their plans. We've said this in many articles. If you start dropshipping, understand that you are starting a business like any other with advantages and weaknesses. Budget is absolutely on the advantage side. Now that you probably got tired from our contextualization, let's look into the budget question by listing the expenses and estimating their costs. There are many ways to build a store and the most expensive ones are not necessarily the better performers. The first thing you'll need is a store creation platform. You'll have plenty of options, including startups that focus on specific languages and regions. To keep things short, we'll look into the two biggest players in the market, Shopify and WooCommerce. Shopify is by far the most popular platform and a safe bet for most beginners. Their plans go from $29 per month for the basic plan and $299 for the advanced plan. As a beginner, you should be just fine with the basic plan. When registering, you get access to 40 days free trial. WooCommerce, our second option, is gaining more and more traction in the market, mostly because it is cheaper. It is, however, a bit more complex, both in concept and pricing, because it is a free software that requires external paid options. At its core, WooCommerce is just a plugin for the open source website builder WordPress. To use WordPress, you'll have to pair it with at least a host service. For the sake of this video, we've picked Bluehost, which costs $9.99 for the basic plan and $28.99 for the pro plan. You can use their payment system in exchange for that commission that varies around 3%. If you're short on money, it might be your best option, but only if you feel comfortable with WordPress. Otherwise, you might spend a lot of money to design your website with third-party services, while Shopify is a lot more straightforward for beginners. Also, very important, you can always have a look at Myyshop's Store Creator, which gives you both website creation and hosting for free. No matter which one you choose, chances are customers will expect you to have a proper domain name. Depending on the company, it will cost you between $2 to $20 per year. Shopify's cheapest option, for example, costs $11. Once you've decided which platform you want, it's time to pick a template for your website. You'll find anything between expensive pro plans to free ones. If you don't want to spend money, go for Debutify. Their paid plans include plenty of useful add-ins, but the basic template is free. Investing in a good-looking website, however, is never a bad thing, because for your potential customer, good design means reliability. People will think twice before giving their credit card details to something that seems off or outdated. You'll find paid Shopify templates between $40 to $100. In our opinion, $60 should give you a professional looking template. When we talk about design, we talk about shaping your brand. And what's the most recognizable part of a brand? Their logos. If you're a designer, congratulations. You've just removed one expense of your budget. If you're not, you can choose either a freelancer or specialized website to get a personalized logo. You can expect $30 for custom-made design on Fiverr, while a basic logo on a platform like Luca will cost you about $20. A successful store is made by more than just products. The user experience of your clients from the moment they land on your page to the moment they get their package is filled of carefully planned interactions. Upsell, customer support, search engine optimization, bundles, social media, CRM, reviews, analytics, the list goes on and on. All those things are plugins and software you can either get or don't. As you can imagine, most of them are not free. Now we could go over the list of what we think are must-have plugins, but we'll leave that for another video. On average, the total cost of those services should take you around $50 to $100 for a mid-tier dropshipper. The thing is, we're talking about starting a dropshipping business here. And in our opinion, it is only wise to invest in those extras once you got a bit of experience. For example, what's the point of investing in an upsell solution if you're still uncertain about your products and don't have anything good to sell by association? Don't try to upsell a smartphone cover with kitchen knives. Another example, if your user base is small and manageable, you won't need a lot of customer support automation. So only purchase what you need when you need it and try to take advantage as much as possible of plugin bundles or free options. For example, with every Myyshop account, you get access to our SEO tool for free, so don't miss out on those opportunities. As far as budget goes, we're not gonna lie. Marketing is where it hurts the most. There are two sides to this topic: the ads you pay and your marketing material. The ads you pay is an absolute must. You'd have to be a huge influencer yourself to be in the position of getting traffic for free right from the beginning. Organic traffic takes time, and social media companies try to hide as much as possible your content to push you to pay. So don't be mistaken. You will pay. If you're not familiar with the online advertisement world, make sure to understand the subject well before moving on. If you have some fundamentals already, you'll know that success is usually a game of trial and error. You pick a few products, test them out by paying their advertisement, and see which one takes off. For the most part, most will fail. We're talking one winning product for every 15 you advertise. Sometimes less, sometimes more. There's plenty you can do to minimize the failure risk, but the idea is that most of those products will waste some of your money. The good ones, those that will sell, will however make up for those losses. So how much should you spend on each product? Well, we'd say at least 30 per week. Better make it 50 if you can. Once you have some returns, you'll be talking about way bigger numbers. But at the beginning, those are decent amounts. To make sure you don't bleed too much, make sure to check the results of your ads every day so you can stop the campaign and allocate the money on a performing product. Overall, with a 15 products campaigns within a month, count at least on $450. And this is just for the beginning. Once you get more comfortable, you'll probably want to add influencers into the mix with paid content. For the beginning, you can skip this part, but if you want to try it out, if you're convincing enough, you can find small influencers that will charge you between $15 to $25 a post. This takes us to the other side of marketing, the product content. You could be grabbing whatever the supplier has, and a lot of people only sell products that already have HD photos and well-made videos. But this ends up being very limiting. You'll find plenty of freelancers on Fiverr that should be able to generate a video ad or edit some pictures for around $20 to $30 per product. If you want to take things further, you'll probably have to buy the product yourself and hire professionals to take the best shots, or even taking those photos and videos yourself. Even for a beginner, I wouldn't totally discard this part, so it is safe to have at least $100 in there if your product shows some potential and you want to push it further. No matter what you do, you'll have to pay your supplier before you can get your client's money in your bank account. This is the biggest headache you will have in scaling your business. If tomorrow you hit the jackpot, will you be able to purchase the 500 computers you sold for a price of $1,000 per unit? There are two components to this aspect, but a crucial one is to pick products you know you'll be able to pay before PayPal or whoever is holding your money gives it to you. A common advice is to use credit cards to give you some time, but you need to make sure that the credit amount is high enough to handle those orders. There's no easy way to define the cost of such, because it all depends on your personal situation, and it is proportional to what you sell. Calculate the number of orders you need to be profitable for 2 weeks. Multiply those orders by the price of your product, and there you go. No matter if it's you, your credit card, or your mom, you will need that money. To conclude this video, as you can tell, there's not a single way of doing dropshipping, and those choices will have some consequences on the way you spend. Not spending enough could end up costing you all your money because you never gave yourself a real chance. Meanwhile, spending too much is not necessarily a guarantee of success. Now, I don't want to escape the question of the topic at hand, so I should at least give you a number. In our experience, and taking all the previous numbers we gave you into account, we're looking at a minimum of between $1,000 to $1,500. A healthy starting budget would be between $2,000 to $2,500, but it doesn't have to be that much, and it can be a whole lot more expensive than that. No matter what, remember, this is still way cheaper than any other e-commerce retail strategy you could have. If you think that those numbers are still too high, you either must save more money or eventually consider other approaches like affiliate marketing, for example. We hope you enjoyed this video and that it was useful to you. As you know, you can always find the best dropshipping products at the best prices on our website, Myyshop.com. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the bell and subscribe for many more useful contents here on our channel. I'll see you guys on Myyshop.com. Take care.